When I look back at my journey as an entrepreneur, I realize I made some mistakes that cost me my time and even opportunities. I thought passion and hard work were enough for my business, but along the way, I realized there are certain mistakes that can completely slow down your growth, drain your finances, and even make you give up too early on your goals. But here is the good news. I learned from them all. If I have the chance all over again, there are certain mistakes I would never repeat again. Some of them nearly destroyed my business. But the last one, that's my big mistake. But then it taught me how to be patient. My first mistake was trying to do everything alone. In the beginning, I wanted to save costs. I tried to do everything by myself. From marketing my business, doing the customer services myself, is it the accounting? Even to the extent of me doing the delivery myself. But instead of saving money, I lost opportunities because I was stretching too thin. The truth is, you can't scale a business alone. Even if you don't have the capability of recruiting staff, yet you can outsource for small tasks, collaborate with others, or use automation tools. A one-man business has limits. By the way, if this resonates with you, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my video. So my next mistake was ignoring my financial records. One of my biggest mistakes was running my businesses like it was just a vibe. Money was coming in, but I had no clue where it was going. At the end of the month, I would sit down wondering how did I make sales? Yes, I'm broke. Here's the truth. What you don't track, you can't control it. Business is not how much you sell, it's about how much you keep. I actually learned the hard way that a notebook, an Excel sheet, or even free apps like Wave accounts or Zoho Books can make a huge difference. When I started recording every income and expenses, then I discovered where money was leaking and where I needed to invest more.
Wow.
That single discipline changed everything for me. My third mistake was mixing personal money and business money together. Oh my God, this almost killed my business. Anytime I needed money for personal use, I would dip into business funds. It felt harmless. What I usually say was, I will put it back later. But guess what? I rarely did that. So my business kept struggling because I never had a chance to grow. Eventually, I learned to separate accounts. Even if you can't open accounts yet, you can use 2 wallets or mobile banking apps. Then one is going to be strictly for business and the other one is going to be for your personal bank. So here is the principle I stick to now. I pay myself salary. No matter how small, you should treat yourself as an employee. That way the business will grow separately and doesn't collapse under your lifestyle. My fourth mistake was to chase every opportunity. I used to jump on every idea I saw on social media. If someone told me a business is trending, yes, I would jump on it. Before I knew it, I already had more than 5 half-baked projects and none of them was profitable. So it's not every opportunity that is your opportunity. In fact, most shiny objects are distractions. Since I've learned from that, now, before I start any business, I would ask myself if it aligns with my vision or if I have the resources or if I can sustain it a long time. So I would rather go deep on one business and make it successful than scattering my energy across 10 that never take off. So my fifth mistake was underpricing my products. I thought the secret to getting customers was being the cheapest. I used to sell my products low, that sometimes I was not even covering costs. It was frustrating, but I later realized that people don't just pay for a product. They pay for value, they pay for trust, and they pay for experience. In fact, when you underprice, some customers won't take you seriously. So now I price based on value, not fear, and I explain why my products or services is worth the price. Funny enough, people respect you more when you charge confidently because they believe you know what you're doing. My sixth mistake was not investing in myself. For years, I thought spending on courses, books, or mentors was a waste. Instead, I wasted years making the same mistakes others could have taught me to avoid. When I finally started investing in knowledge, I grew faster. A single business book gave me clarity I didn't have in 2 years of trial and error. A mental advice saved me from a bad that could have cost me everything. So now I see personal growth as business growth. So if you don't invest in yourself, your business will hit a ceiling because you are the business. My 7th mistake was poor time management. Time was slipping through my fingers. I would spend hours scrolling on social media, attending meetings that didn't even matter, or procrastinating important tasks. Then I would complain about not having enough time. But the reality, we all have 24 hours. The difference is in how we manage the time. So I started prioritizing tasks that directly affected sales, marketing, and building systems. Then I learned to say no to time wasters. So now I use simple tools like Google Calendar and Trello to keep me focused. Time management turned chaos into structure, and structure created results. My 8th mistake, which was the biggest mistake ever, was being afraid of failure. Fear kept me stuck for too long. I delayed launching products and delayed opportunities, all because I was scared of failing. But when I finally failed along the line, I realized failure wasn't the end. It was a teacher. Some of my greatest growth came from the things that didn't work out. Failure taught me resilience, strategy, and courage. Now I don't fear failure anymore. What I'm scared of is not trying at all. This last one has been my biggest mistake because it forced me to grow into a stronger and wiser entrepreneur. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes have you made? Which one do you think you need to fix right now to change your financial lifestyle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want this to be a real conversation as an entrepreneur. If you want more practical videos like this, don't leave without hitting like, share, and subscribe. Bye.